kids show song and dance.
Hey guys, it's Shoshie from Shoshie's Magnificent Minis, and I have lovely husband Mike here,
Good evening.
And I also have Major Dodo. Is he here? Can you say something, Dodo?
Am I allowed to talk now?
Yeah.
There you go.
Everybody can hear him. Everybody can see me. Everybody can see me.
G'day, mates.
Yeah. So I got my Aussie gear on today, and Mike's wearing yellow and green as well, and he doesn't have Australian gear, but he has the colors.
Just coincidence.
Yeah. No, no, don't tell him that. Okay. So, is anybody here besides Dodo actually Australian? Hopefully we got some people here. Rosarbiar says, nice. Hello, Major Dodo. Yay. Lamuna says, are you allowed to talk? Hola. Yeah. So, we have some awesome stuff to tell you guys about. I know that a lot of you guys know about this, but I'm going to announce some things. We made partnership, everybody, and I wanted to have a special Oceanic stream to celebrate because I know that they don't always get to watch. And so hopefully there's some people in Australia or New Zealand or Singapore or someplace like that who are able to watch today. We're having a partnership party on the 23rd of February, and that means like from 2:30 to 6:30 GMT minus 6, so that's my time zone. We are going to be doing an IRL stream, partying. Basically the whole stream will be like massive giveaways from sponsors. Got a lot of different things. Fancy Unicorn is raiding. Thank you so much, Fancy. Yay. Everybody, let's give her some hype. Hype, hype. Unicorns for all. Hey, Fancy, how's it going? Yay, there's some hype for you. If you haven't followed Fancy Unicorn, she is such a sweetheart, and she streams, I think almost every day. I'm not sure, but she's a great painter also. Yay! Thank you so much for the raid. We're actually just starting this stream, Fancy, and it's a special, like, kind of Australian friendly stream because it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon for them. In the Arvo.
For most of us.
Yep.
the Western Australia will be 3 hours behind, so they'll be getting up. Well,
yeah.
No, they'll all be getting up from the hangovers because Western Australians all minus.
And it'll be 1 o'clock in Bris Vegas.
Bris Vegas?
That's the one.
That's what they call it.
Why do they call it Bris Vegas?
I don't know. Why do they call it Bris Vegas?
Because it's our version. If I was to say it's our version of Miami, that would probably glorify it. But it's where everyone, yeah, because everyone goes to Vegas to party and like it's their big vacation and to do a bunch of drugs, and that's basically what people do at Queensland.
Yeah. And Lamunas,
they
just
go to the
subscribe.
beach and they do a bunch of drugs.
Thank you so much for the subscription.
2 months.
$24.99. So you need to get with me and we'll do a coaching. Anybody who subscribes at a $24.99 gets a half hour of one-on-one video coaching from me. So thank you so much. I just noticed we had Hungry Alpaca said that they're from New Zealand. So we have a Kiwi. Yay. Thank you so much for watching.
2 hours ahead, I think.
Okay. So
depends what time of year it is, because I don't think they do daylight savings either.
Yeah. Thanks, Fancy. Have a good night. And Super Sarah's in actual Vegas. Nice. Good night, Fancy. And Lamuna says you're going to hold out until the vampire bus paint along. Oh, no, but this is great because here's the thing. It's sub points. I get unlocks for emotes, which I'm going to have designed. I've already talked to my designer, and she's going to design some new emotes for us. And I guess at 150 sub points, I unlock one more emote, which I think I've unlocked 9 so far. So that will be 10 emotes, and then you'll get all of them because you've a $24.99 subscriber. That's awesome.
Maybe you should get an emu emote.
An emu? Oh, speaking of emu, look, I have an emu.
Hey, Artie Wolf.
Hey! So this is a stuffed emu that my friend, he lives in, oh my gosh. It's in Queensland. What's it called?
It's in Australia somewhere.
It's in Australia. It's,
Getting warmer.
Yeah, I can't, he's gonna kick my butt. Hold on, let me look at a map real quick. It's up by Gold Coast, but it's not quite. It's like halfway between Gold Coast and Sydney. That narrows it down, not, right?
Grafton, Coffs Harbour.
Here. I will find it. He sent me like one of those Australian core cats too, but I don't know where it is, and I thought I would wear it, but can't find it.
Womp womp.
Womp womp. Okay. Default.
Thanks for the follow, Jedi B311.
Yay! Thank you so much, Jedi. Welcome. Alright, here's the map of Australia. It's not Gold Coast. Where is it? Here we go. Newcastle. Oh yeah, that's not anywhere near Gold Coast.
No, it's not. It's right near Sydney. Newcastle is No, actually, never mind.
It's about an hour out of Sydney, I think.
Yeah, there's a fairly big following for Judgement in Newcastle. I was about to say that's where Judgement is. I'm like, no, wait, Judgment's still Sydney.
Yeah.
I remember there's a fairly big club up there that they're always talking about.
Hello, Modal. Nice hoodie. You like this? This is my Aussie hoodie. Check this out. Wait. Let me put this on. This part right here. There's a little. Oi, oi, oi.
Now, no, you gotta go Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Yeah.
Oi, oi, oi.
Yeah,
That's
you
right.
can't just say oi, oi, oi.
If you say oi, 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 you sound like a British person at a pub trying to pick a fight with someone.
Oh. Okay. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
There we go. We did it right. Okay. Let's look at the mini, what we're going to paint. This is Donrakka, and he is actually from Australia.
Speaking of, we also did a new command, so instead of the bot telling you Shoshie is painting, you can do exclamation painting, and it'll say what she's painting.
Yeah. So this is Donrakka from the game Judgement, which they kickstarted the first wave, right?
Yeah, wave 1 was last year. I think they finished shipping everything around the mid-year. They did their... they actually launched the retail, so they did their full launch at PAX Australia last year.
Okay. I pulled my camera back so you can see him a little better.
I think.
He's 54mm scale. He's gorgeous, and I gotta tell you, I've shown this mini off a little bit on my previous streams. So what happened here, I was supposed to paint this entire mini on this stream. And I was like, I airbrush primed him. So this is all the white primer, all his skin and his hair and everything. And I was like, oh, I'll just dry brush the leather. So so I can get that done. And I was just like, base coated it and literally just dry brushed it and washed it. And then I did the metal and I was like, oh, I'll just wash the metal. And I could not keep my hands off this mini. I am so in love with this mini. So he's like he's more done than I expected him to be. But that's just, that's hype for this mini because he's amazing. I love him. So I got. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it might be worth. I don't know whether pointing out or showing. So he's 54mm scale, but he's. Minotaurs in their game are essentially their giants. They're the biggest miniatures in the game. So a standard, I don't know if you've got a Stariel to sit next to him or something.
Yeah, Astariel's pretty big as well, though. Look at
like his knees.
Yeah, look at Astariel. She's huge.
Yeah, she's scaled as a normal human though.
Oh, is she?
So he towers over Astariel.
No. Check it. Look at this. She goes up to his shoulder, so that's not really. I guess that's towering.
She's floating up in the air a bit, though.
Put this on.
From memory, I don't know.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah. She's a little shorter. Here's a Space Marine with him, and so you can get an idea. Space Marine's always good to scale something because a lot of people know roughly how big they are. So.
Yeah, because she floats up a little bit off the base. They try and do that as well. So like the dwarves are generally mounted higher up on their bases, either on some some kind of way to so there isn't as much of a I was going to say scale difference, but like what I mean? So like you haven't got a bunch of miniatures that are really short on the field and a bunch that everything's kind of sits around the same height, even though they're different races.
So one of my other mods, Genuine Vision, also happens to be a friend of the channel. Just showed up, and if you guys haven't followed him, he's also a great streamer. He's also trying to make partnership. He also happens to stream in this time zone all the time because he lives in Korea. So he's up at the wee hours for me, and he does one weekend stream that's like good for Americans to watch. And so, but definitely follow him because he's a fantastic painter.
It's still fairly good for Australians to watch as well. I mean, it's no good for me since it's in the morning, but it's still about 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, I think.
Okay.
So it's not ridiculously early.
Crit Damage Miniature Game says I cannot keep this mini because he knows I like it so much. It's yours. And Crit Damage, you are Mike, right? I want to make sure that I'm... Yep.
That's Mike.
Okay. So Crit Damage is the one who commissioned this mini. And he does get to keep it, unfortunately. And if they ever ask me to paint for them again, I'm going to ask for some miniatures as part of my payment, because this thing is amazing.
Some of the new ones are looking really great as well. They're the Wave 2 one this time. They're planning to have all of the renders done, so there's the computer things of what it's going to look like.
Okay. So this is what I have for my reference, because when I painted him with the white, he's a Minotaur, but when I originally, when he was all gray, he looks like a regular Minotaur, but when I spray painted him with the white, and I originally just did that for the zenithal lighting, I kept going with the white because I was like, wow, he kind of looks like a white buffalo, and I want to run with that, so I really went heavy with the white, and I'm going to show you guys some, I guess you would call this like negative. It's almost like a watercolor style painting. I don't know if it's going to work. This will be the first time, but I'm a trained watercolorist, so I'm going to show you how you would paint using the white as your background. And this is a reference I have. I don't know if this is watercolor. It looks like it is, but we're going to be painting like the shadows and stuff and leaving the white as the highlight. So we're going to be painting some pinks and some blues and some purples in here. I don't know how that's going to look. We'll see. I'm going to pick out some colors here. I think I'm going to do his eyes and his horns first, and his nose, because that'll be the darkest points. And I'm going to use scale 75 deep blue, and I'm going to use that one. So I've got these new still got these new paint racks, and I'm still kind of learning where stuff is and trying to put stuff back in the same place each time. Something I'm not used to.
Before, have you started his base yet?
Yeah, the base is done. Look at this. Okay, so speaking of dry brush, literally all I did was dry brush and wash this. I base coated it with the gray, and then I dry brushed it with a lighter gray, and it was already a little bit wet. Actually, this is what I base coated it with, or sorry, highlighted it with. It's this nacre, which is, it's kind of like a tannish cream color, but because the base wasn't quite dry, it mixed with it and gave it kind of this greenish tinged, which I think looks great. And then I just took like Agrex or shade and different washes and stuff, and just, like I said, I just poked it into the crevices. I used, what did I use? I used a green color, a green, what's the name of that green Citadel color? It's like an olive. I can't remember the name of it. And then I used a little bit of Reikland Flesh Shade and a little bit of Agrex Earth Shade, and just got that in there. And then I dry brushed it again after that was dry. Gotta make sure the wash is all dry. And then I just stuck some grass tufts on it, and it's done. So that's how easy that was. And then for his staff, again, I just base coated with the dark brown, and then I washed it with like an ink or a Nolan oil or something, and that's it. And same thing, I dry brushed. This whole model so far has been mostly dry brushed and washed. Do I use the normal scale paints or the fantasy line? I'll use them both together. In fact, I've got both of these colors. They're really the same color roughly, but the Huldra blue is more satin, and the deep blue is way more matte. But I use them a little bit together because they'll react differently depending on the finish. And also, if you guys want to get my attention, do at Shoshie's Minis, and that way I'll make sure to see it. Both Major Dodo and Protomaker will, be reading chat a little bit to keep me going. But let's see. Nacre, yeah, it's found out recently that it means pearl in Spanish. So that's pretty cool. Hey, Redhead. How's it going? We might use some of this in his skin tone as well, because we're going to leave this white primer and maybe use a little bit of white, scale color white on it. But for the most part, we'll be shading a lot on him. It's going to be all shading. Okay. I'm going to put this on my palette. And just interrupt me if you want to say anything, Dodo. It's no problem. I'll stop talking if I hear you.
I'm cool. I'm just snarking, Redhead.
Super Sarah says, just got confused because you're baking brownies and now you smell them and you can. I would be distracted too. It's funny. So I want to show you guys. These are both teals, and just in my palette, like if I'm gonna swatch these, this is the scale color, the fantasy line. See how shiny it is and how almost like a ink it is. And and this is the matte color, and you're gonna see when they dry on my finger, they're really close in color, but they dry completely differently. Dry quick. There we go. See, this is already drying matte, and this is gonna have a little bit more flexibility on gaming minis too. So when you use a shiny color in a deep shadow, there's something about it that makes it actually look deeper. It's kind of an optical illusion. That was something that Ben Kolmitz taught me, and he said, you know, use like a shiny color in. No, I'm worried about getting paint off. There we go. How's
it going, Diomedes?
Hey, Diomedes. Oh yeah, that's your buddy.
My buddy?
Is he your buddy?
That's the guy that did the dice bags.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of dice bags, we have to show this off. Diomedes Industries donated some prizes for the partnership party. Speaking of prizes, we're going to be doing a giveaway at the end of the stream. So you're going to be earning some chat points for the partnership party. You will not need to use them for this giveaway for today, because I know that a lot of Australians don't have a chance to watch, so they're not able to earn up chat points. So we're just going to do a straight up keyword giveaway at the end of the stream. And I'll show you. Okay, so these are the beautiful dice bags that he made for the partnership party stream. And this is the one we're going to be giving away. It's based to make, he said that he made it gray, so it's like a Gorm skin bag. So I've been calling it the regeneration bag. And it's got like an antler bone toggle. So this will go out to somebody who wins it in the partnership party. Gorm skin dice. And then this one is Mike's. Nice one. And it's very soft leather. And I'll show you guys mine. I'm so excited. Look at this. He put my logo on it. Isn't that beautiful? So if you want to have your own custom dice bags, you should contact him. Let's do a little shout out. Can we do a shout out, Diomedes?
Hype.
DiomedesIndustries.com. You can contact him at DiomedesIndustries@gmail. So very cool. They smell nice too. They smell like leather. Okay, I want to show a few more prizes that we're going to be giving away at this partnership party. Check this out. Flip onto the face cam because this thing is too big to put under my.
Can't hold it that close either.
Can't hold it this close. How's that?
Closer.
Closer.
Hello.
Okay.
There.
Yay!
It's a ribbon, you can't see what.
Oh well, let me see if I can. I don't want to take it off. It's so pretty. This is a Rathcore miniature holder. Actually, it's two. He's got two packaged together, taped together. One is the small one, and I use these all the time in my painting. And this is the big handheld one that sits on your desk nice. So we have 3 of these to give away at the partnership party. Bag to be filled with cat hair and days. Oh yes, absolutely. Nacre means the material, the shell of the oyster. That's right. It's made of nacre, mother of pearl. That's right. And then also, this is what we were today. So Spellcrow Miniatures, my sponsors. Got some minis. We have this beautiful little dwarf. And flip to the painting cam. Check him out. So for my party, we will need points. Yeah, you're gonna need ticket points. For today's giveaway, for our Spellcrow giveaway, you don't need any points. So you're just gonna be racking them up for the party. So can you guys see that? Is it on cam yet?
Yes.
It's a northern dwarf with a cauldron. I guess this is awesome. This cauldron has like little octopus tentacles coming out of it. and it's resin.
Oh, now you got my attention.
Yeah? Let me see if I can take this out. No, it's taped. Taped, sealed. So, and then here's a little flyer with their stuff. I've got this guy. I don't want to send too much.
It's got too much glare. You can't see it.
I don't want to send too much stuff to Australia because I don't want it to cost too much for. I do. This is going to be for anybody, so anybody can win this. So if you do live, go ahead.
Unit journey was like 50 grams or something, 60 grams, I think. So
yeah,
you'd be having to send like 8 or something before you run into an issue.
Okay.
So don't be too worried.
I won't be too. So there's this guy. Oh, that's got a sticker on it too. He is called a
Pumpkinhead.
Well, yeah, basically that's their special race. It's called Diniac.
I would say it.
He's got a candle and a hammer. He's really, really cool. And look at this, another Minotaur. Oop, now I'm taking this one out because he's backward. There we go. This is a cool Minotaur. That one, right? Yeah. What? Oh. What is he doing? There.
That's not right.
There. Ta-da! He's got a very big. That's a knife, right?
That's not a knife.
That's a machete.
This is a knife.
Exactly.
That's a spoon. I see you've played knifey spoony before.
Exactly. They call them fawns. So he's called a dark fawn.
Yeah, he's not a Minotaur.
No?
No, he has goat legs.
Okay. Well, okay. Anyway, we'll give away these 3 miniatures tonight. And
it'd be a satyr probably, I think.
Yeah. Satyr. And I can't get this back on, so we're not gonna try.
Value ruined.
Yeah. Okay.
All tainted by Shoshie's hands.
Yeah. We'll give that away tonight. Those 3 minis will go to somebody. You don't have to be living in Australia. And let's see, I want to make sure I'm not missing chat. First time that you've ever heard Ozzy say that, usually some dork at the Outback saying, that's not a knife. I used to troll my Australian friends whenever we go to Outback Steakhouse quite a bit because we go to steakhouses quite a bit because I'm gluten intolerant. And I'd take pictures. They've got like boomerangs all over the walls and like, bloomin' onions. And I would always show them stuff and they're like,
dingo babies.
No. Right, but yeah, they're fun to take the piss. Okay.
Actually, statistically, pelicans have stolen more babies.
Pelicans. What about ibis? Do they steal babies? No.
Idris Elba, he's English.
Is he? Dingo ate me, baby. Hey, Steve. All right, let's start with the blues. Like I said, I'm gonna use this as a reference, and I'm gonna start with the nose and the horns and the eyes, because that's really gonna be the darkest areas on him, other than like his pits. All right, glasses off. We have a command for that. And I will start with the flat scale color. I'm going to start with his little nose. By the way, I cannot hear the music because I have my channel muted, but I'm hoping everyone else can hear.
Yes, they can hear.
Good. So you guys need to, while I'm like concentrating, you need to fill the chatter. Otherwise, I'm not hearing anything. Feel free to chat.
Put music on your headphones and don't worry.
You could. Why would I do that?
I mean, if you really wanted to make them fill up the chat, I can just start singing and then they'll do anything to make it stop.
No thanks.
Hey, I have a great singing voice. Just ask Charles Fox how much. Charles Fox absolutely loved when I sang "America the Beautiful."
Oh my gosh!
All 5 minutes of the song.
I will do that. I'm gonna look for something. By the way, I just realized something. We might actually have some music on my chat in the near future because I realize now that I'm partnered, we get to use the partnership library which means all of that stuff is like, okay, I just have to check. Do you know, Major Dodo, if the library is YouTube friendly? Like, will I be flagged?
Do you mean the partnership video, like your like channel's video library?
Like the songs that you can use for streaming.
Yeah, but do you mean or the Twitch has a song library for partners to use?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
I thought everyone just used Monster Cat and Spotify.
No, they have a whole partnership library that you can access, and yeah. It's
not like specific song, like pop songs kind of stuff.
There's I don't know if they're pop songs.
I'm looking through it.
It would just be copyright-free stuff, like it's just a whole bunch of generic copyright-free stuff.
So it probably is YouTube friendly.
Yeah, if it's copyright-free, then it's YouTube fine.
Okay. I'm looking right now for my Sleepy Sheep. Sleepy Sheep is a YouTube channel that does these long playlists that I really love. And I also happen to substitute teach. There's something about there's this one playlist on Sleepy Sheep that it's just like, it chills people out.
That means he says that the partnership library is actually just Major Dodo singing over songs.
Oh.
Yep. Which technically counts as parody, which is completely fine.
Yes, okay. It is.
It's funny.
Although I'm pretty sure it would get banned in several countries as a form of psychological warfare.
Alright, now I'm in my zone, you guys. Now I got my music.
Speaking of the North, how could you forget about Friday night stream for the Pacific people?
It's Friday.
Gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking for the weekend.
Yeah, Deacon, you even like signed up for the event, so I'm surprised you didn't get a notification. Alright, this is the eyeball. I'm gonna start here. I thought I saw a cat hair. I do. Right there. Alright. Here we go.
Geeky Girl Game says her son Liam says hi.
Hey, Liam. Oh, I just messed up. Here we go. Alright, so I'm doing the eyes first. There we go. He's got... I want to have him have...
You can't see what you're painting.
You can't?
No,
how's that?
Because his arm's like right between the camera
yeah,
and his
it's
eye.
tough for me to see too. Can you see it like that?
Sure.
That's better? Look at this big cat hair right here.
They were saying, how could you not see it? People on the stream could see it.
People on the stream could see it, but you couldn't see it?
I couldn't see it because...
Okay, can you see this one?
See what one?
This eyeball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Focus.
Focus.
In a way that will be good when I'm gone.
Oh, true.
I get up.
Mike has to go to bed early. He's not a night person. What?
I would stay up for this whole thing if I didn't have to get up before 6 tomorrow morning.
True, so. He's going to a gaming thing.
Just stay up all day. That's what I am.
Yeah.
I'm too old for that. If I stay up that late, I feel like I have a hangover and I don't get the fun of the drinking part.
People actually do want you to sing, Dodo. I think that's a request.
No, that's all right. Can I just... I'll just post the clip of America the Beautiful and I'll never ask that again.
I think I've seen that clip. Okay, now
it was... I think there was multiple. Charles Fox tried to get the whole... Because he didn't realize how long that song went. He'd been song requesting it and I never played it. Mm-hmm. And then I sung it the whole thing from start to finish. And he's like, okay, this is a lot longer than I thought.
Now, this same blue, you can already see I've kind of started the hooves. This is what I'm doing. Same thing for the horns up here. Somewhat transparent. I'm using the transparency of the paint. Or, sorry, the white of the canvas, which is the horns. There we go. That's better.
Alright. I'm going to head out.
Okay.
Have fun hanging out with Shoshie, everybody. Dodo, thanks for joining.
Yes.
I'm sure I'll chat with you again soon.
You have a good sleep.
Thanks.
This is going to be eventually black, but right now it's blue. It will be a dark, dark purple by the time I finish it. Good night. And Dodo in chat, just pester me if you need a different angle, because now that I don't have Mike next to me to tell me.
It's not too bad. You're getting a little bit of shadow, but That's just as how your hand is with the camera.
How about put the light a little bit closer?
No, it's all right. It's just gonna happen because cameras.
So this is what I'm talking about when I get in. We're not gonna do this on these horns, but this is what my watercolor style is gonna look like here, where we feather it out and it gets thinner.
Oh god, they really want to hear singing.
Yeah, I know, right?
I come from a land down under, where women something and something chunder.
Oh no, that sounds
I can see the rest that I can't remember. It was like something, something. Then he just smiled and offered me a Vegemite sandwich.
What? Did they really say chunder in the song?
Yeah, that's...
Okay, for the non-Australians, tell them what chunder means.
Throw up.
Yep. Barf.
Have a burl.
Vom. Have a burl. I never heard that.
I've heard D-Day say it a bunch of times. I don't hear it often here.
D-Day has special words that are only D-Days.
D-Day just has a more classic Australian slang.
Okay. So that's as dark as I'm going to go right now with the horns. And they are very blue, which I'm not super into just yet. The other thing, that's the other thing. I'm not using black too much with this. Yeah, this blue is pretty, but we're going to see how I've got purples and stuff in the hooves. It's going to read as black, but it's going to actually be a combination of other colors. Do I have the art card for the colors for the miniature? No, I don't. Does he have an art card? Somebody tell me.
If they click the link, it will link. If they do the is it painting the command? It links to the page, and his page has both
the painted and the unpainted.
Has the painted, and it has the art card, and it has his actual gameplay card, and it has a little and it has a little lore thing from memory as well. Because they've done a lot of. You can tell that Andrew. I think because I'm pretty sure Andrew's the main writer, and you can tell he has a lot of fun writing the whole big like story stuff.
Diomedes just gave you the lyrics.
I come from a land down under, where bitters flow and men chunder. Can't hear the thunder. You better run. You better take cover. Oh yeah.
I'm waiting for this to dry. I don't know why it's taking so long. Okay, I need to do something. He's got like a little set of beads. I'm gonna paint that next, like a little necklace.
It's alright, Super Sarah. Now it's ruined for you forever.
Yeah. Better run. You better take cover.
I was gonna say, the other thing which the people in chat might be interested in is that they've got all the rules and everything as print and play. So like it's all, you can all look at it and that kind of stuff.
So that means if you have to wait for years for them to ship from Australia, then you could proxy something and play until they get there.
I think
look at that cat hair
supplier coming soon, but it's not too bad. But it's more like it was more so during the Kickstarter. They until they finally released the retail version, they had all the rules and everything up, so it was like a continuous play test. People would give them feedback and.
Oh, okay. Well,
and they still kind of do it like that now. So when they do a new champion, they throw it out into the wild instead of waiting until after they've released it to find out it's horribly broken.
Oh, that's funny. Okay. So there's this like bird skull, which you can't see real well because, and I can't paint this very well because it's also, he had, all his arms were attached, right? Like he didn't have separate arms. If I'm remembering right.
The weapon has both hands attached to it.
Right, but so
I had a little bit of trouble making it all line up.
Okay.
So you may need to heat the weapon a bit when you go to fit that.
My weapon fit fine, but this...
Yeah, we probably did that before anyway, if you had to.
This stone arch was a separate piece right here, and it went on here. it attached like right there and somewhere right here. There's a little bit of the seam, but it didn't quite meet. So I had to put, I think I accidentally broke it, but that actually worked out really well, because then I just put some kind, because I tried to bend it and it didn't want to bend, but when I broke it, I was able to like glue each piece to the sides, and then I put this 2-part epoxy in the middle, and then I just kind of sculpted to look stonish. You can kind of see it. It's this piece right here is the epoxy part, and then once you dry brush it, nobody notices. But yeah,
dry brush just fixes everything.
It does. Oh, look at the cat hair is crazy today. Oh my gosh.
My cat actually has barely come inside since Nan's been in the hospital.
Oh.
She would normally come in the evening and then just park her butt on the couch next to Nan and just like watch TV.
Uh-huh.
And I'd come out and she'd be like half in Nan's lap almost, just like continuously moving over. But
yeah,
since Nan's not here, she just basically comes in, has a feed, goes back outside.
Yeah, and for people who don't know, Dodo's Nan, his grandma, is in the hospital, right? And so
she's in the hospital.
That's why her cat isn't coming around. All right, I'm looking around.
Well, it was originally my cat, and then the cat disowned me because Nan overfeeds it. Nan spoils both the animals rotten.
So I'm noticing some things as I'm turning this around. You kind of discover things about this. He's got some beautiful feathers up here, and he's got his ears, which I just got paint on. Dang it. And he's got some teeth, like fangs, which is kind of weird because that means he's a carnivorous cow, right?
Are they his fangs, or?
Yeah, he's got little fangs right here. I'm looking. They're definitely not herbivoric. Is that a word? There we go.
That's weird. I'll have to go grab mine off the back and have a look at it.
It makes him more intimidating. I
mean, for those in chat wondering as well, he's done as a kind of a tribal geomancer, so earth magic shaman. But from memory, so even though he's a shaman, so he's a magic user, he's what they call a defender. So to put it in more classic, like Dungeons & Dragons terms, he's a tank.
Okay.
That makes sense. Needed to balance, which I think they did really well. So the balance is both, the fact that he's magic and, he's a great big whomping cow with a great big stick.
Yeah, I just realized that this whole back part here is actually it could be different, but I could make it the same leather as this, and that way I can show you exactly how I painted that. So I'm gonna try that. Let's see.
I'll just jump up and grab mine.
Yeah. Okay, that's Dubai brown. That's not what I used. I used red leather or brown leather. I can't remember. My stuff here's red leather. I think I used Dubai brown as my base, and then I used one of the orange colors as my dry brush. Here it is. This is orange leather. And I think I might have used a little tiny bit of red leather in there. So these are this is gonna be my leather triad. Yeah. We'll start with this. We'll mix some of the blue into it to make it a little darker, because we want that base coat to be dark-ish. Can get out this is my, what does it say? This says base, but it's a Citadel brush, but it's got kind of an angle to it, which is going to help me get into little cracks. So I'm going to mix just a little bit of that blue that I had on my palette, which was deep blue. Just a little bit. Blue and brown's going to darken that up a tiny bit. Ooh, it made it more poopy color. Oh my gosh, look at that. Yeah, now we add the red leather, because
it's also, I think the back, you're going to be very hard pressed to see much of that as well.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh no. we're gonna just paint it. I should go back to the Dubai brown, actually, probably. It's a little bit more reddish. That's okay. Because maybe it's a sash instead. Going in here. Now I need to get to
I think it's the so I think it's a sash that's holding up the belt buckle, maybe?
I think you're right. And then, since that's I believe that's the case, I'm gonna go even darker with that to like a more purpley color. And then I'm gonna make his sash more like a where's my purple? I can't find any of my paints tonight.
I think on theirs they did like a green loincloth with a bit of a light grey sash, so
green.
They've definitely done them wildly different colors.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, he's gonna be completely different than the box art because we're not following those.
I meant the sash and the loincloth are different, so that
here we go.
Looks to me like they're completely different objects, if that makes sense. That's what I'm trying to English.
This is black leather, and then what I'll do is I'll do that as my base. It's more purpley. Okay, I'm gonna use a bigger brush. This is a Winsor Newton 2. This music I'm listening to is really good. I wish I could stream to it, but I don't. I know I would not be able to put it on YouTube after the fact. Alright. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, I really like that. I might use some of this in his skin as well. It's very harmonious with the browns that's already there. Glasses are off. But see, I don't know if I've had this brush a while, and you can see that it's splitting a little bit. Might have to, let me see if I can clip that. No, it's not what you should do with this brush. It's a little bit old. Don't do this at home, folks. I don't recommend it. Ooh, there. I got it.
Do as I say, not what I do. Now you're speaking my language.
Right. Don't do what I'm doing. I'm only doing it for the stream. For the stream. Ooh, I really like that purple. That's pretty. That was one of our original emote ideas, was that's pretty. Remember I used to say that all the time?
Vaguely.
So my channel, Dodo, is a little bit confused about emotes, I think. They are giving me emote ideas that would definitely be good for this channel, but not necessarily emote ideas that they could use in other streams. Like, I think the real purpose of emotes is to kind of express emotions. So, like, you know,
I find most of the streamers will generally have a combination of some that are just kind of universal specific, that you can use everywhere, and then they'll usually have some that are a bit of an in-joke.
Okay.
Because you end up with a lot of slots very quickly, and it can be very hard to try and come up with a universal one for every single slot.
Sure. Or, yeah, and it's also been difficult to come up with. I really love that purple. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's so rich and gorgeous. The color is black leather. L7532. I need to use that more. What I need to do is reorganize my paint trays so that the colors that I grab the most are up front. That's what I do. Okay. Here we go. And in here. Technically, I told Mike the commissioner, the person who commissioned this, that these were going to be speed painted. But I kind of fell in love with this model, and so he's probably going to get a completely Shoshie-fied version. All right. So
kind of did the same thing as well, because he's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna be, you know, streaming them. The camera's not exactly going to be zoomed right in." I'm like, "Yeah, but this will be fun."
Yeah, and then so now with the same purple but thinned, I'm going to go in here under his armpit and give it some thinned shadows. And it's going to stain the white, and that's exactly what I want. I want it to just, I'm hoping that I won't get, like, it won't look tea stained and gross. And that's the downside of using acrylics, is sometimes it does that. But what I may do is break out my water mixable oils, and we might do something on that in the with the water mixables. Have you ever used water mixable oils? They're awesome.
I have never tried oils on miniatures. I know it's a thing. Just
nah. Yeah, nah. So because see these purples,
mate, I'll be right.
All of the golds and even his cloth here, that was all shaded with purples as well. So that's why it's all like looking good. Looking good. I'm gonna put a little bit over here on these horns. Now see, this is thin, but because that blue is underneath it, your eye mixes it, and it looks really pretty together. I'm only going to do it toward the edges because that's where it's technically going to be the darkest. That's kind of what I did down here, was I used the red and the blue together. And like I said, let me know if you need a better angle. Alright, I'm going to check chat. Sometimes I have to put my glasses back on and see stuff. Finger painting. Hey. Hey, we got a nice crowd in here. Is anybody else painting along with me? Or are you just watching? Having an enjoyable stream here? And let me know what you guys are going to be doing this weekend. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have any commissions finally. So I'm hoping I will get to paint some of my own stuff. Oh, speaking of my own stuff, I have some to show you guys in just a second here. See, that actually stained it really nice. It looks good. Anywhere I've got the shadows from the primer, I'm going to go ahead and touch with the brush with my shadow color. Ooh, too much. So you haven't been painting because it's been too hot. Is that right?
That is correct.
So you might think about doing, I mean, maybe it's too hot to paint in general, but water mixable oils could really work for you because they act just like acrylics because you can use water with them.
It's
but
kind of hard to stream when it's really hot anyway.
True.
Because I get really drained and out of it during summer. My sleep patterns get thrown out, and it's just.
Oh, like, yeah. I'm the opposite. I get messed up in the winter.
Because I overheat really easily.
Yeah.
Because I'm a fat bastard, so it's like you just kind of cook, slow roast. So like even at night, it's like 35 degrees here, so it's just hard to sleep.
Toasted Australian.
Delicious, moist, succulent, slow roasted dodo.
And that's how they became extinct, right? Painting some how do I say that word? Sepulchral.
Oh, sepulchral, yeah.
Sepulchral guard skeletons. Nice.
I think that's the. Oh, is that
Lord Kirith is painting another Judgement model. Awesome. Which one are you painting?
Very cool.
Tell us which one. Deacon is cleaning up the kitchen. Good.
But
Adulting.
Yes, dodos did go extinct because they were both delicious and dumb.
Oh, yeah, easy to catch.
I was zero contact with humans, so there's like all these stories that just you just walk up and hit it with a rock and done, you got dinner. I think Sepulchral Guard are the Shadespire undead minis.
Zion Engine says they're going to the Scale Model Show, entering a TIE Striker into the competition. Where is that going to be, Zion? Is it Zion with the 2? Is that how I say that?
Oh, he's painting Zarin, so Zarin is a necromancer. Okay. I like him, he's a really cool one.
Cool.
He's posed as if he's like almost pulling a a skeleton out of the ground.
Oh, neat.
And he actually, so you can get a small skeleton coming with him, and I think they're doing another one because the skeleton miniature they have now is a kind of a skeleton emerging from the ground, and so they want to have one that's an actual just skeleton walking around because that's kind of his mechanic. He summons skeletons. He's a necromancer.
See how? So okay, I want to explain these two colors real quick. We've got this beautiful turquoisey blue. And in watercolor language, that would be like, I think it would be called Prussian blue, okay? And then we have this beautiful, what you would call, I want to say that in watercolor language, this is like a dark Indian red, but here it's called red leather. Red leather, or did I use the black leather? I think this is the black leather, so it's more of a purpley color. But when you mix these two together, check this out. Let's see if I can do it on my finger here. Right there. And a little bit of this. These two colors make what we call Davies gray or Payne's gray. I don't know if I can do this. There we go. It's like a purpley, bluey gray. And there's actually a watercolor style that uses those two colors only. It's like called English. It's called English style, I think, or something like that. And I want to say that people like, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the names of these watercolors. Famous watercolors use these exclusively. So that's what I'm doing. I'm layering these two colors to make a grayish color. Grayish purplish. It'll be pretty, I promise.
Just a bit of trivia for you. If you end up doing, or when you end up doing more Judgment, several of the Judgment miniatures, because they all come with the kind of the fancy bases.
I love the bases.
So, yeah, that's one of the things Andrew was saying is what they really wanted to have really cool bases on them all. So they're almost all, it's great because they're almost all display pieces on their own. You get to play a game with them.
That's what really attracts me to them because they're like little pieces of art. They don't feel like gaming miniatures. They feel like display miniatures and they easily could be worked into display as such. Okay.
Yeah,
that blurb right there, I'm going to show you how to... Hold on, I want to show you something. If I find it. Urgh. Oh, I need this too. So, you guys have seen me do this before. I don't know where it is though. I need to put my glasses back on so I can see. I have a nail art correction pen that has gone AWOL that I usually use to take that kind of thing off. Yeah, I don't see it. Poop. Hashtag not organized. Anyway, we'll use this instead. I'll just cover it up with more white later. Anyway, what were you saying? I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Oh, no, that's all right. I was just going to say that several of the bases actually have... So I can't remember what his name was now. I have to scroll back up. Lord Cherith was working on Zarin, the Necromancer. Several of the other miniatures actually have Zarin's tombstone on their base.
Oh.
It has like slightly different tombstones because the whole thing is he's come back a few times.
Okay.
I noticed when I was painting one of the single monster miniatures, it had Zarin Bodan, which is his name. It was, just on the base. But yeah, apparently a couple of the others also have his tombstone on them.
Yeah. So this is again my watercolor style. I'm just glazing this over the white to give it depth and shadow. And then I'm going to take the purple and do the same thing a little bit, but not as much because I want this arm to read as more white than the torso. So there's just not going to be as much red, but a lot more blue. See that? More blue down here as well. Pretty. What kind of stuff you've been painting quite a bit of Batman lately, right?
No, I've been doing. I was working on Mortarion. I've still got to finish him.
Nice. And is that
he's almost done?
Forge World Mortarion?
No, it's the 40k one.
Okay.
The Great Big Demon one.
Oh.
So I've almost finished him, and then it's basically Batman. A little bit of Judgment and Batman.
Yeah, put the blue back in there. Cool things down. This whole model's going to be fairly cool. Whereas like his armor and his leather here, that's warm. Let's go back here.
And then I've got lots of Kingdom Death. I got to do the Lonely Tree still.
Nice. I love that.
It was a nightmare to assemble.
This is orange leather. And this is what I used to dry brush this. Ooh. Maybe I didn't use orange leather because that seems a lot brighter. We'll just pull out the highlights on that. This is straight up orange leather, and I'm just gonna go on all of the little edges of stuff. And like I said, I mostly just dry brushed him. I think I did use a tiny bit of red with mixed in this. There we go. Cooling it down. So the orange is a complementary color of the blue, so that's why that is going to look good. And also orange is next to red on the color wheel, so it will look good with the reds as well. So we're thinking about all of that while we're painting it. Let's do some touch-ups on his ears. I'm going to use cream instead of straight white. It'll also add warmth to his skin. And then I can show you how we're going to... There we go. See, you can go back in and clean up some of these little tide marks that the paint made, so that it's not quite so... It's more smooth. That's the right word. Yeah. It got dirty. It's gonna get dirty because of the style we're painting it in. So this has to get cleaned up a little bit. Alright, now I think I'm gonna go with this graphite for the bird skull. What would you do on the bird skull? Would you do like maybe this birch color? It's more yellow.
Just do like a bleached bone, I think. But
yeah.
That's just me.
I don't like. Maybe we'll do this birch and then we'll lighten it up with the ivory.
I will be right back.
Okay. I will look at chat. Amberden says, please show Geeky Game Girls the Wrathcore holder, as it would help her with hand control. Sure, let me find one. There, my desk is kind of a wreck right now. Hang on. Yeah, somewhere. Okay, check this out. So, Geeky Girl. Oh no! I almost dropped something. Whew. Saved it. This is the handheld one. It comes with both. The other one has a little wheel. It's like about that big. And this spins around, and you can hold this right here and then rest your hand. I'll give you an example. So you take your brush, you pop the cork out, right, like that. And let's use this one. I don't think I have the right size. Maybe? Nope, that's a 50. Here we go. Oh, Perfect. One will fit right in it. This is 40 millimeter base. But this one goes like this, and they come in the different sizes, so you can get the different sizes. See that? And then you pop this in here. What do we have hype for? Did I miss something? Davies gray was originally a slate pigment developed by Winsor Newton in the 18th century English drawing master. Yeah, Newton, Winsor Newton. Use exactly. Diomedes, you're awesome. I'm gonna give you some points. Let's see if I can do that. Did that work? I don't think that worked. Try gift. There we go. So these are chat points that you can use to buy stuff later in the, well, buy tickets for the giveaways. All right, so this bar you can rest your hand on when you're painting, right? Look at how steady. Very steady, very easy. I'm not touching the mini either, so that makes the mini stay very clean. And then see how I can just rotate things around. I don't change the angle of the brush. I just change the angle of the mini. And then I can hold it and paint on it like so. Let's make this a little brighter. See?
I'm back.
So I'm just demonstrating this Rathcore mini holder. And you can pop that out, and let's say you have a mini that has like a pin or something, you can just do that. And
what miniature is that?
This, oh, what is his name? He's from a sci-fi game. One of my friends, we did a VOD on it. I don't remember his name, but he's pretty dang cool. I did non-metallic metal on him.
He was really cool.
Which was very hard. Very, very hard. I'm still not very good. I want to show you something you're going to love. Guys, check this out. Have I shown this to you? Let me see if I can get the light on it right. You recognize this? Dodo.
I gotta wait for it to come on camera.
Oh, true. Lag.
Yes.
Yay. Yes, I had this sculpted. Yes.
Oh, it's a mini
a chibi, yeah. A chibi flower witch.
Chibi, that's the word I was looking for.
I messed her hair up. I gotta redo her hair. Her hair is like party colored right now. So, but I had this commissioned by Ninja. Drew Olds was the one who I commissioned it from. He did everything. He did the base and her and everything. And I think Ninja Studios is the name of his paint shop. Yeah, I like her too. She is a little bit rough on the legs with her sculpt. I don't know if you can see it, but I saw it. She's not quite commissioned. She's not quite competition ready. So, and I'm just thinking about painting some laces on her legs, but I can't remember if the actual Flower Witch had laces or not. Do you know?
From memory, it was just bare.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So. Alright, back to this dude. Got white. You like your hair all bright like that? Yes, but it's, I don't know, there's something about it I don't like. I need to streamline it a little bit more. No, yeah, he does conversions with the Ninja Division models, Genuine. And they're just, you know, they're really not too expensive if you want to commission him. I knew he'd done them, and I said, hey, I really want a chibi flower witch, and he told me how much, and I was like, all right, let's do it. I originally wanted to enter her in Crystal Brush, but like I said, I don't think she's quite ready for that. All right, you know what? I feel like I need to mix some Dubai Brown with this ivory in order to get this skull the right color. Let me know if you're bored out of your gourd, Dodo. You can.
You can. No, that's all right. I just sat down again. Okay. Although I was just going to say, I got up and the poor dog got disturbed, but he was lying on his back, paws up in the air in the doorway, because it's 40 degrees and he's relatively furry. But he had his paws forward like he was hugging the rolled up rug that was by the door.
Aww.
It's just like the funniest stuff. Like, it was just funny. But yeah, the dog he hasn't left my side, but he's basically just like,
chilling.
They'll find the coolest place. They'll sit in the doorway, under the tables, just anywhere they can that's cold.
If you got any stone tiles, flooring, they'll sit on that. So I'm starting with like kind of a taupe color for the skull because I want to eventually get it lightened up to like a bone color. But in this case, I can't use the white of the model because then it'll be too similar to the...
It wasn't mean to the dog, Jan.
Aha.
I was literally trying to carefully step over him and he was just like, nope, what's going on?
Now, do you think these little pieces, these are little teeth, I'll paint those the bone color also. He's got a collection.
I was trying to look at the studio paint job and it's very hard to see on the pictures they've taken. So I actually can't say for sure.
They look like little teeth, so I can go with it. This brush is far too big. I should be using a smaller brush. I'm getting paint everywhere. Okay. I'm just looking through his hair to see if he's got any other like little beads or teeth or anything. It doesn't look like it. He does have, I don't know what these are, like little flint chips? Little runes on his belt? I don't know what to do with those.
Let me get mine.
Yeah.
The rings? Oh, that'd be like rune stones or something, I guess. So.
Let's paint those gray. We'll just go boring with those. They'll be the same color as the rocks on his little stone base. And that's his graphite scale colors 03. Get those knocked out because right now they're really gold and they look weird. So guys, don't forget, if you want to get my attention and speak directly to me, just put @Shoshie's Minis. There you go. I really wish you guys could listen to this music that I'm listening to. It's so good. I might try to contact the people who run this YouTube channel and see if they'd give me permission to do it. And then I could have a cool stream music. There we go. Oh, nose! A few blur bond there. Get up with the brush. Got a little orange. There we go. Alright, the runes are done.
Draxus is a special one-off kind of every now and again. Shoshie likes to do an OS fans appreciation stream, I think you'd call it, right?
Yeah, Oceanic stream, because I have a lot of Australian mates and a lot of people from the West Coast actually that aren't usually able to catch my stream. Because my stream times that I do mostly Monday and Friday are 2:30 to 4:30 p.m. my time, which they're 2 hours behind me on the West Coast, so that's hitting them right in getting home from work. And if you live in California, you're still in traffic by the time my stream ends. So they really don't get to see me too much. So, by the way, I'm looking at how this is layering over this, and I'm definitely gonna have to get out my white water-soluble oils because it looks super chalky on top, and I don't like that. In fact, let me get that now. I'll show you what that looks like. Hold on.
Redhead, your survivability next time you're in one of my games seems to be going lower and lower as you type.
Hello. Okay. This is Winsor Newton. But you can get this at most art stores. Water mixable oils. It's an alkyd. Somebody wants to look up what the word alkyd means. It's not an oil and it's not a watercolor. It's something, it's like a plastic almost. I'm not sure exactly how they describe it. But you can water it down. And it's not toxic. Well, it is toxic, but it's not got all the fumes and stuff like oils do.
I think a little bit toxic. It's okay.
Yeah, it's toxic. It's titanium. It still has titanium in it, so it's definitely don't lick it. Shoshie's Minis. There is a composer on YouTube called Adrian von Ziegler who does some awesome music and allows all his stuff to be used on Twitch and YouTube. Oh, if I credit him, I will definitely check that out. That's awesome. Thank you, Genuine. Let's give Genuine 5 points. One of the things we do in this channel is we give out chat points for people who give good ideas to the stream or good advice. Because this is not just me teaching. This is us all learning from each other. And I like to reward that. Okay, this is how we go. Watch this. I'm going to put the water mixable oil right here. Now, this will take forever to dry. But I'm going to get a big fluffy brush like this. See, it almost looks like a makeup brush. And it has to be synthetic. Has to be synthetic. Don't use a real hairbrush. You can get your wife's makeup brush. You can get your makeup brush. Cotman. It's a 16 millimeter 5/8 999, and it's just real. I can't remember. I think it's called a mop. It's called a mop brush. So we put that white down there. Watch this. I'm just gonna smooth it out.
I just realized Momo was looking for the command. Yeah, that's Command Paint, and I think did Mike add Command Judgement for the general website? Or I suppose you can find it.
I know for sure you can do exclamation point commands to check, but I know for sure he did one for the website.
Yeah, they just hunted up the one for him. I just realized a bit late.
So
yeah, Momo. His name is Donrakka. He's a Minotaur.
Yeah.
From the Judgement range.
So I put this down here, and then if I want to blend it, I'm just gonna do this with my little bluff brush, and it's, look at that. It's just smooth as butter, like butter. And I can do that over here too. Smoothed out. Boom, boom. Like, what's his name? The dude who does the cooking shows, who's like, bam.
Guy Fieri? The guy that's like peroxide blonde hedgehog on ice?
Maybe. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it on his torso so you can see a little bit better. Now this titanium white is very white also, so. Okay, let's see.
Emerald Lagasse.
Emerald.
I've never even heard of that.
Emerald, that's it.
Is he on the food channel or?
Probably, or he was at one point. Emerald, he's always like, bam, or something like that. That's what he does. Alright, all my paint is starting to dry in my... Let's do this. I noticed that I slowed my painting down a lot. But I want to keep this as a speed paint for Mike. Okay. So we'll go in here. We're washing it with the blue. And we'll go back in at some point. Woo!
Yeah, I think the guy in Futurama was a caricature of him.
Yeah. Putting my purples in here. To get my shadows. So pretty. He's got really deep shadows around his face and his ears. These are his ears. We'll get those blue. Cool colors recede generally, and warm colors come forward. So we're going to use the blues in the cooler spots. And a little bit under here, under his eyeball. See what happens. And I'm just starting to watercolor wash stuff.
What's TWD, Jan? Apparently Mrs. Jan is losing it in the next room watching something.
Oh. Ooh, see how that blue in the
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead.
Dan, why are you letting her watch bad TV?
Okay, I'm gonna make these flowers black too, or very very bright teal maybe. We'll put a little bit of. I want this to feel like a painting on a mini. Like, not just a mini. I want it to feel like a painting. Like almost like a Native American style watercolor painting. Let's do purples and... Oopsie. Okay, I'm gonna look at chat here in just a second. I know I've been neglecting you guys. I'm so sorry. Is there much chat going on that I'm missing?
It's fairly brisk.
Okay, that's good. Look at how pretty he is. Okay, so we have just got a few shadows blocked in, but we have not got those white highlights back. So he's gonna look weird for a little bit. Like I said, I really want a watercolor style. Is Mike still in the chat? Does he like this so far? He doesn't really get a choice, but...
Does he like it? Oh, it doesn't matter. It's okay. He's just going to get what he gets.
Yeah, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. No, just kidding. That's what we say in school. We say you get what you get.
I mean, I got away with painting his Minotaur like a dairy cow, so...
True. True. Shoot. I was going to ask you if there was a turquoise ink from Warhammer, from like one of their washes is like sort of a turquoise color.
Breakenhoff Nightshade, I think. It's quite a very dark.
That's true.
No, it's not really dark green though. It's more of dark blue.
We've got Beal Tan green.
Beal Tan is a bright green.
We can mix some blue with that and make it turquoise.
Maybe Quellia green shade. I have a feeling that Jan's answer to everything is just Quellia green shade.
I've got some Druchii. You know what we can mix? We can mix this Gulliman blue with some of this green and make a pretty turquoise. Gulliman is very, very blue. It's very blue. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna look. I'm just curious because this is gonna behave much differently from the plain old paint that I'm mixing on here. It might settle into the shadows a little easier. This green is really overpowering. It kind of ate the Gulliman blue. Skeleman.
Half damage. I actually have that on my desk as well. And then I ended up with the watercolors turquoise ink as well, and I've like not used either of them.
Let's see what happens when I do that. Ooh, I like it. That's pretty. Yeah, it's settling down into the crevices a little better than the paint by itself. See that? Ooh.
Atlas as well. You can kind of see from like just Shoshie's hands. Her hands aren't super small. He's just really, really big. He's a very big miniature.
They are small probably compared to yours, because you're like 6 foot tall.
6'5".
I'm 5'1". You will tower over me.
Atlas, it is a skirmish game that's made in a MOBA style or a Dota style, depending on what you're more familiar with. So like League of Legends, Heroes of the Storm, Dota. So it's 3v3 and 5v5 of the 54mm miniatures.
He looks like a hot mess right now, but we're going to be doing some cool stuff to him soon. I hope you guys can imagine what I'm doing.
If you're curious about the game, you can read more on the same website that the painting link goes to. They have the rules and the background and everything. Probably be able to explain it a little bit better than me, since I haven't actually played it yet. I got my starter set, and it's...
Oh, you have a whole starter set?
Well, the starter set is actually... it's really good because it's 2 miniatures for... I think it's almost just the price of 2 miniatures on its own. And the miniatures that come in it are, if you're getting it from a reseller that's set, but if you're getting it from them, you can usually kind of negotiate and swap around what comes in the starter box.
Nice.
But it's basically 2 starters, like a board and all the dice and everything, and then 2 actual production run miniatures from the range.
Okay. So he's getting really blue, but that has to dry before I can go back in and clean it up, because it's going to look like a hot mess for a while. And I'm using my primer as my base coat, pretty much. We're washing, and because this has to be a speed paint, so this, see how I'm brushing that into there. Oh my. What happened to his knee?
Oh my lordy.
I know. Oh. There's something glopped on his knee. I don't know what that is. Alright. We'll fix it. This is drying. Let's get in there with our water mixable oils. And I'm going to pick out all the stuff that I want to stay white.
Yeah, Tiger's Duck, they are resin miniatures, so yeah, the toddler would probably break them.
Yeah, he's pretty sturdy. Like, I broke this pretty easily accidentally, and then she's a lot more fragile. Oh, by the way, you guys haven't, did you see this? This is Istariel. Is that how I say her name? She's one of the Judgement models also. She's gonna look badass next to him when he's done.
Yeah, Istariel.
Yeah.
She is an aggressor.
Oh, what's that mean?
So she'd be like an offense, an attacker, a damage dealer.
Okay.
She throws fireballs and things from memory. I mean, they all have little different abilities and stuff they can do, but from memory, she was kind of like throws fire around. Surprise, surprise! You know, sit standing on a pillar of fire.
So I'm feathering on this water mixable oil, and because it's a water mixable oil, it's not drying chalky on me. It's not getting all gross. It does mix with the acrylics too. My stream always complains at me, Dodo, because I cost them money. They're always buying stuff because of the tips and tricks. see some more of these, what do you call it, beads. He's got, oh no, my paint dried. This is DK Black, and it's the fantasy games because I want it to be a satin finish. I don't want the dry looking. Oh man, I need to shake it. I'm gonna check chat while you guys are. Let me know if I missed anything.
Catherine's just said she's AP mid, which is a League of Legends and Dota joke.
Oh, is it?
So AP is ability power, so generally magic, and mid is you would normally put one person in the middle lane.
Okay.
Because in MOBAs usually have a base at each end, some lanes, and then each team comes from their base and kind of goes into the lanes and fights each other while waves of little
Grunts.
soldiers march up the lanes.
Yeah.
And just kind of, so if you didn't have the champions there, it'd just be a big stalemate. So what the people are generally trying to do is kill the little minions so theirs can take the base.
Oh.
And so they have kind of, because it's it's like any team game. Once you start playing it, a lot of people get strategies and what they always do. And
okay.
so generally you have one person in the mid and one person at the top, and then two people at the bottom.
I actually decided to give in and use a little black on these beads, and I might use a tiny bit on his nose too, because sometimes you just need something dark enough like that. In watercolor, they teach us don't use white and don't use black. And then sometimes the mini painters I've talked to say the same thing. Black tends to lay on the top of stuff and flatten things out. And white is so bright, you can do the same thing. They're both the most desaturating colors. You mix with other colors to desaturate your main colors.
Oh, hey, Musefi. He's just saying he likes your NMM gold.
Oh, yeah. No, that's not non-metallic metal. That's metallic metal.
That's what I thought. It's the scale 75 gold, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's really like I base coated it with one color, put a lot of Agrex or shade in the crevices because this is very, cut out. So it was really easy to do that. And then I just went back in with a lighter color and highlighted. And because I've gotten better at non-metallic metals, it's made my metallic metals better and look more like non-metallic metal. But thank you, Musefi.
It does kind of look like that with the way it's sitting on the light and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And I'm glad. That's awesome. I love that. So I'm going to go pick out some of the details of his headdress. When I paint, did you paint the Phoenix yet? Have you painted it? Or from Kingdom Death?
I started it January last year.
Yeah, I started mine too. I still haven't finished it.
I started to do the basic skin and that was it. And then I've just been too busy and too distracted since.
Well, and he's so humongous. It's really hard to paint on stream because he's just so big.
Yeah. And there's all that little fine detail with all the hands. And...
Right. I think
I remembered seeing you finished his main hands or something.
Yeah, his hands are mostly
really
done.
Creepy.
Yeah, because I made him look like old man skin.
Hmm.
There's another feather here I missed. Ooh. Oh, I love him. So pretty. Seriously, I'm not gonna be able to stop painting this guy until he's like done. He's not gonna get the cheap quick painting because I told him I would just do a little, you know, speed paint, but when I got the mini, I was like, And I don't usually get inspired by gaming minis, so this is good.
Yeah, they're great like that.
See, and we just pick out all those little highlights with the brush. Draw them on. I'm gonna check chat again in a second here. So people say, okay.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say Musefi's just been saying that he's been doing scale 75 NMM metal, and that it dries a lot flatter than what he's used to doing with XB88 and Runoxide.
Oh.
Motel, he's a resin miniature.
Yeah, and I think resin is why he's partially so detailed. He's got tons of detail on him.
Yeah, they're from memory they're digitally sculpted, or most of them are digitally sculpted.
Yeah,
and finished.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I was talking with one of the sculptors from England. He popped in one time when I was painting.
Nice. Okay, I don't want to put the white details on him just yet, because I was gonna put little dots of white on these beads, but I know that if I do that, I will smudge them and then they'll look like crap. So I'll wait. We're gonna get in here and get all these little braid sections.
I was going to say, I'm not sure if you knew there was another bit of trivia. So it's an Australian game, but the miniatures themselves are cast in England.
Oh.
Because Australia doesn't actually have any kind of resin casting industry at all here.
Oh.
It's all white metal still. They're the only kind of...
Sure.
There's few companies here that do miniature casting, and it's all just like white metal miniatures.
Okay.
So most of the ones I know that are Australian that are resin are usually, either getting their miniatures from the US or from the UK.
Okay.
And then so I think they're sculpted, both sculptors that I know of at the moment are both in the UK as well, just because it's a lot easier to get, your prototypes back and forth with the caster and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. So, I have a question about, so he's got these little, I guess we should make them leather, maybe to tie in the whole thing with his cloth here. He's got all these little bands around his braids. And I was trying to decide what colors to make those.
Yeah, I think that would just be leather, just to tie him up.
Mm-hmm. So when I'm putting the white on here, I'm putting it just on the apex of the curve of each, like there's like each like group of hair. So it's like the highlight of it.
EM Paint, it's a mix, and I'm sure she'll tell you about it in a minute. He was just asking what ink you were using.
So yeah, it's actually not an ink so much. We're using scale 75 color Hulda blue, and if you look at it when it comes out of the bottle, it's very inky like, and
that's what you're using.
It's very thin. I am using a mix as well. I'm mixing Gilliman blue with the green. Where's the green? Did I put it? It's always on my desk, right in front of me. With my glasses, I can't see anything.
Beltane green.
Beltane green, yeah. So I'm mixing those together to make a turquoise. I think I'd had to use a lot more blue because the blue's not very pigmented. The green is very pigmented. And really, I'm not 100%. Actually, you know what? Look, this is where that wash dried on his feet. Let's see what happens. And we dry brush a little bit. We may not be able to dry brush with the oils. I'm going to attempt to use a little bit of this cream color and dry brush a little bit onto his leg. It may not work. Lots of experimenting going on tonight. And the brush is wet, so that means it's not dry. Hold on. We'll use this one. This is dry with cat hair. Gold bands, same with the nose ring. Yeah, I gotta put that too. Yeah, actually I could show you guys how to do the gold with the nose ring. Hang on, let me do this cream first real quick. I need to use this ivory. Cat hair, yep. Tiger Stark says, thanks for watching me and the other creative streamers. You feel more confident with your own painting, and you're about halfway done with your Mice and Mystics base game. Just the roaches and a few heroes. Tigress, I have had a Mice and Mystics game in my closet for well over a year now, and I finally got it out, and I tried to start playing it with my daughter, but I'm not very rules friendly. So if you end up learning that game, please tell me if there's any tricks or anything that I can do. All right, so this is dry. We've got ivory on our brush. The brush is also dry. We mopped most of the paint off, so just a little bit is coming off, and I'm gonna come in here and feather this onto the hoof. And with cat hair, it always happens. So sort of working. Not wild about it. Let's try it with the water soluble oils. Let's see what happens. It's gonna be a lot more creamy and a lot less. Ooh, Dodo, can you see that? Watch that. That is so much better. Oh, I love it. Pretty. Oop, too much. Let's get in there with our fluffy brush.
Might help if I hold down my push to talk button. I was going to say
yeah.
You're a little bit to the left of the camera.
There's that better.
See, I'm being good, Miss Effie. I've got push to talk on, so she can't hear me swear at things.
Yeah. Do a little bit of the hoof here. Get that knee that was turning brown on me. So, Flickster and Lethius and Electric Eve are all coming to Adepticon, and they're rooming with us, and Rainer is also going to be with us. Rainer, of course, is American. One of the things I'm going to do is take them to Red Robin. Have you ever heard of Red Robin, Dodo?
It rings a bell, but no.
Okay, so I had never heard of Red Robin until this year. And apparently it's like an all-American burger joint, but it's kind of has burgers like Australian burgers, you know, like loaded and with everything but beetroot. Okay? Because we don't do beetroot.
You need beetroot on your burger.
We don't even call it beetroot. We call it beets. It's like saying carrot root or potato root. You know?
Yeah, but it's to distinguish silver beet as well.
Oh?
So we have beetroot and we have silver beet and things like that.
Okay. I've never heard of silver beet. Is that turnips?
No, it's...
I'm sorry, I'm too far left.
Something else, I can't remember what it's called. It's like it's a green leafy vegetable, grows long and straight. You normally eat the leaves and they go kind of like, I'll look it up.
Okay. While you do that, I'm going to give him some blue tones to his skin still.
Chard?
Chard. I love chard. Rainbow chard.
I have never heard it called chard before.
Chard.
We all call it silver beet here.
Silver beet. But do you eat the roots of it?
I don't know. I don't eat it at all if I can get away with it.
Yeah.
I think it's mostly the leaves you eat.
Yeah. We don't eat the roots of chard that I know of. Okay,
no, the only time I ever ate silver beet was when Nan cooked it.
So anyway, Red Robin has basically unlimited amounts of French fries, which they will call chips. Right? Unlimited. You get bottomless French fries.
And if you're in New Zealand, they're called chops.
Chops.
Fish and chops.
Fish and chops. That's true. And so there's 3 different kinds you can pick from. You can pick from regular, sweet potato, and garlic parmesan. Bottomless fries. And they're so good. And I think you also get bottomless soda, but you get bottomless soda everywhere. So they're going to be rolling home. I promise you. Alright, see all this blue over here? This is bugging the heck out of me. I'm going to try.
Flickster's already paranoid about his dad bod as it is.
His dad bod?
That's what he calls it. He's going to come home like just massive.
He'll have an American bod.
They'll just trigger the emergency ramp on the plane and roll him down to get him out of the plane.
Yeah, but he'll eat well while he's here, I promise that.
The year I go to Adepticon, I just want to do the whole Chicago pizza experience.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff everything else.
We'll do that too.
Maybe Chick-fil-A as well.
Chicago is famous for their hot dogs. Chicago hot dogs. Chicago Chick-fil-A. No, because
Chick-fil-A
is not Chicago.
I know, but it's American, and I'm probably not going to go many other places in America.
But I'm saying that you probably won't find a Chick-fil-A near there. They'll have something else like Popeyes.
Oh, I thought
Popeyes is way better. Popeyes. What do you guys think? Do you guys?
Popeye the Sailor Man.
No. You guys see, I'm reclaiming my whites. That's what we call it in watercolor. Reclaiming my whites. Because it got way too blue over here. I need the dry brush back. Where'd it go? So the other cool thing about these water mixable oils, especially with the white, is it's not going to dry on your brush. If you're Australian, you need to try these because they're not going to dry out while you're painting.
I can already just hear the sun going, challenge accepted. Australian summer is just like, here, hold my beer.
Yeah, I blended that down in there. There we go.
The other thing that kind of puts us out over here is Wendy's for you guys is like just a generic kind of fast food chain, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Over here, Wendy's is exclusively just ice cream. They're kind of like, you know how you get those little, the little kind of shops that go, you know, if you have a shopping center and you have the big hallway that people walk up and down, you'll get those small stores that are in the middle that are like 360 degrees.
Yeah.
They're like just the 4 benches blocking. Yeah, you'll usually have Wendy's in there. I was about to say Wendy's in there, and they'll just usually be soft serve and then a bunch of flavors of ice cream, and they'll do thick shakes, and they might do, you know, kind of hot dogs.
Oh, okay.
And that's Wendy's to Australians. But then, because I kind of keep abreast of kind of weed culture, I know that Wendy's is an American thing, because there was a thing for a while where they were drawing the Wendy's mascot as a smug anime girl.
Oh. It's funny. Wendy's is very up on social media. I know that. They have a really funny social media person in charge of their Twitter account. Alright, so I'm getting a little overworked over here. That needs to dry. Yeah, we need more. I feel like I need more white. Almighty White. Has anybody ever seen the guy who gave birth to Bob Ross? He was like this German guy, and he would paint Almighty White, Van Dyke Brown.
I do not know how to play a didgeridoo. My cousin does actually, and he would get it out anytime. And he's he has a slight mental. Oh, he doesn't. It's not slight. He is has this intellectual disability, and but he'd come over and he'd be like, "Oh, I'll play my didgeridoo. I'll play my didgeridoo," and he'd just bring out his giant, great big didgeridoo and he'd start playing. So whenever we'd have like a family get together or something, he'd always bring his didgeridoo so he could play his didgeridoo for everyone.
Nice. All right, we're getting more whites back. Is he starting to look okay? I feel like I can't see him. I need to put my glasses on and look at him from a distance for a second here. Okay, yeah, he looks good on stream, I think. Let's paint his nose ring. Nose ring. I'll show you what colors I used. If I find them. Here we go. Viking gold. The Viking.
But I'm just reading who's the Catholic one? Wendy's or no Chick-fil-A or Popeyes? Which one is Catholic?
No. They're just Chick-fil-A is just very Let's not talk about that because that's super
very conservative.
Yeah, super political. Hot button. All right, so this is my gold here, and I use a silver. I usually use Vallejo Air. This is like my triad for gold, and then I use a wash like Agrex or shade on it. But this is so tiny, we might not need too much of anything, so we'll see. Let's do the base with the Viking gold. Yeah.
Oh, there's a surprise. The Irishman started it.
That's okay. So basically, if Mike is still watching, he's gonna get what's his name? Donrakka.
Donrakka.
He's gonna get Donrakka as basically my full Shoshie treatment, right? So it's like the first one is
We could go Australian and call him Don Raza.
Don Raza. That's I like that. Don Raza.
Oh, what's D-Day always say? No whackers, mate.
No whackers. That means like no worries. It's like it's slang for slang.
Donrakka reminds me of no whackers.
No whackers. Getting all the gold in here. Pretty. I like his little nose ring. He needs something on his eyes.
Pretty sure the other Minotaur had a nose ring as well.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they might all.
Funnily enough, I think not the newest Minotaur they showed, but the second newest one of the Wave 2 is actually a little old lady Minotaur.
Mm-hmm.
She's like a voodoo witch.
You know what? I think we just went. Oh no, we're about 15 minutes in, so we're gonna be doing. Hold on, Diomedes just said. Here's the art from the Kickstarter. He's sent me that. I'm gonna copy this.
The Kickstarter art is very different from the final sculpt.
Yeah, it's super different. He's got all brown, but he does have a white mane. He's just got brown. This is a giant link. Let me see if I can bit.ly it. Try this. Man. I try this. Yeah, we're gonna shorten this. Paste. Roll paste. Yeah. Copy. There you guys go. Here's a link, a much shorter link. Not sure if you're going over tonight, but here's your 10-minute warning. Okay, that's awesome. No, I might go over. I don't know. I feel pretty awake. It's up to Dodo. What do you think? We could go over a little bit.
Oh, it's up to you. I was going to head off.
Yeah.
Soon afterwards to go
I think we'll do our giveaway, and Dodo can hang out. He can head off, and I'll probably just... Oh my gosh. Pick cat hairs off my brush. That's what I'm going to do. I think I'll end at my normal time, which is 2 hours. That's... Usually I get a good stream with that. When I go over, I start getting overtired and stuff. Especially since it's almost 11 my time.
Yeah, Crit Damage was just saying the new... She's not the newest one, Crit Damage. She's the second newest one. The newest one is like a Mad Max Minotaur. Almost like a bikey with a blunderbuss and a bikey chain. He's got a blunderbuss and he's got like a circular saw with like a normal handle.
Yeah. Translating for the non-Americans, bikey is like a biker.
Yeah, motorbiker. We call them bikies.
Not to be confused with the bicky, which is a biscuit or a cookie.
Yeah, bickies are slang for biscuit, which is what we call cookies over here.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have American biscuits, which is that savory, like scones. I think biscuits are almost like scones, but they're not quite scones.
Yeah, a biscuit is like, well, yeah, but a scone is, or scone is like more sweet, and a biscuit is more fluffy.
Yeah. Funnily enough, Subway actually got into some grief here. So we have something here called the Anzac biscuit.
Oh, yeah.
And it is actually in the law,
you can't
as part
alter
of heritage stuff, that if you're going to sell them, I think you have to give part of the proceeds to the RSL, Return Servicemen's League.
Yeah.
But they have to be called a biscuit, and to be called an Anzac biscuit, they have to be within a certain tolerance of the core recipe.
Right.
And Subway started selling Anzac biscuits, but calling them Anzac cookies.
Oh, no.
And they changed the recipe quite a lot, so there was a bit of a big thing, and they got sued, and yeah. And then they pulled them because they couldn't make them cheap enough within keeping them to what they had to, the parameters of the recipe.
Really could, yeah. Well, I like the charitable donation idea a lot, and that's what
Anzac is the Australian New Zealand Army Corps. So that was kind of the thing. They did that back during the war, I think, was when they first started doing it. Deacon of North was just asking what the giveaways were tonight.
Oh yeah, let's do that right now. We're giving away some Spellcrow minis for guys. We're not doing any tickets, so you don't need to worry about your tickets at all. We're going to do a keyword entry. Probably keywords Spellcrow, but don't get excited about that yet. So this is a Dynark. Is that what we called it? D-Y-N-I-A-K. Dynark. He's got a little candle, and he's got a little pumpkin head. This is the Spellcrow. He's a Spellcrow race. We're going to give him away. We also have this guy. He's a little dwarf with a cauldron of some kind of octopus tentacles and eyeballs and stuff, it looks like. And then there's this fawn. And we decided that that's a knife right there. And so those are the three we're going to give away. All I ask is that you live outside of the U.S. in another country. If you live outside of the U.S., because you could be from Guam, and technically that's a territory, I ask that you help me out with shipping. So these will be sent to you. Let's see. Let's go pick a key. We'll do keyword Spellcrow. I'll let you know when I start the auction or the giveaway. Hold on one second. I can stretch my headphone cord all the way over there. Maybe not. I'm gonna set my headphones down while I do this. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Velcro. Did the bot say? So hopefully that opened. Did that open? Did I do it? Yep, the raffle is now open. Type Spellcrow to enter. Yay, everybody's entering. Good. The real Ashman says, I use GW Vallejo medals. Got so many you can't justify the scale for 75s. Yeah, I totally get you. And those GW medals are actually pretty nice. So maybe just wait till you run out of those, if you ever do. Spellcrow, type Spellcrow. Remember, if you live outside the US, you're going to help me with shipping to be able to get these free minis. Give people a while to enter. A lot of people entering. We don't want to kill the bot either. We got about 80 people watching. This is awesome. Oh, while you were watching that, I want to show you this. This is Mama Booho. Check this out, Dodo. How beautiful is she? I'm painting on her for, I don't know if she's going to be for competition or not, but she's pretty. My bull is looking amazing. Oh, yeah, he is looking good. Look at Mama Booho. She's about the same size as him, if that gives you an idea of how big she is. Thank you, Maroon. She's also a streamer, so she does like gaming and painting. So if you want to follow Maroon, she's usually on times I'm not on, so she might be a good one to catch. Yeah, I love her. Look at her face. She looks like like anybody's Nan, right? Look at these owls. I've got these two owls started. This one's a great horned owl, and I just I googled smiling owl, and this exact, I think that I found the exact reference.
They look like Disney owls.
They do. Well, they totally do. Look at the back. So there's a homunculus. Homunculus? Oh, I don't know how I say it. He's like hiding in this like owl getup. And then back here.
She has a very Disney aesthetic to her in general.
And that's partly how I painted her, but absolutely, definitely, she kind of
a Slavic old grandmother.
Exactly, well. like a Baba Yaga. Back here, there's another little sparrow back here. This one's going to be a screech owl. That one might be a barn or snowy owl. I don't know what this one's going to be. He's sort of sleepy.
Where's Grenla when we need him?
I know. Is he an owl expert?
I don't know. Everyone just gives him crap for owls. Whenever owls are around, they tag Grenla.
Super Sarah says, my stream is so educational in a non-boring way. So thank you for that. Thank you. Where can you pick? Oh, so Tigress, the problem with her, I mean, she's not a problem, but the sculptor is Spira Mirabilis. You should go follow him on Facebook because he only does these limited runs and it's very quick. Usually he'll say, hey, I'm gonna do a resin cast of this mini, and you have this chance to pre-order her, and then that's it. It's a one-off and very small runs. Like I think he did 230 of these, and so that's all there is. And he doesn't do more. So you won't be able to get her unless somebody decides to sell her, because he pre-orders. Somebody else said something I missed. M-Dubs, thank you for following. Looking great. Your toddler loves her because of her favorite. Owls are her favorite, and currently she's watching you. Ah, what's your toddler's name so I can say hi? Let's see. You have to get the spelling for
you
that.
Could say Shoshie's having a real hoot paying. Nah, never mind. Joke's gone.
The sculptor.
English failed.
The sculptor is Lucas Pina, and I'm gonna type Spira Mirabilis. And it's at Spira Mirabilis Miniatures, I think, on Facebook. I think it's like this. What is the sculptor's name again? Lucas Pina, P-I-N-A. I think he's either Spanish. I think he's Spanish. Okay, I am going to. Looks like everybody's entered, so I'm going to go ahead and pick our raffle winner. Yep, there you go. Thank you so much, Donrakka, I can't say it. Alright, we're gonna close the raffle. Be right back. Cat Leanne. Congratulations, Cat. You won.
Woo. Congrats, Cat Leanne.
And I believe Cat lives in the US, so she does not have to pay for shipping, because it's really cheap to ship in the US. I think I heard, didn't you tell me that to ship it in Australia, like for a letter, it's like $8 just to...
No. For a letter, it's just like a stamp. It's just like, depending on the size, like $1 or something.
Oh, okay.
A small parcel is $8 is the smallest parcel, and that's anything under 500 grams. Okay. And then after that, depending on where it's going, it's about $14 for 500 to a kilo. Alrighty, right. I am going to head off. You have a wonderful rest of your stream for however long you go.
We're going to look for somebody to host while you do that. And
there's a few people live. We've
Rainer.
got Rainer.
We're going to host Rainer. Absolutely. Right. He needs
on
it.
The Donrakka partnership as well.
I'm so excited to host Rainer. We're going to raid him.
The master of blues and purples and greens.
You guys need to type Mad Love from Shoshie's Minis when you get into his channel. Did I get that right? I didn't get it right. Let me try that again.
Slash raid.
Slash raid.
Not point raid. Yes. So /raid space.
And REINER72.
What I've also noticed about that is it actually puts, instead of leaving them on your channel where the host is, it'll automatically move everyone over into that channel, which is really good as well.
All right, bye guys. Thank you so much, Dodo. We had an awesome time. And Kat,
you're welcome. You guys have a great night. Great weekend.
All right. Bye, guys. Gonna slip over in just a minute. Come see me on Monday, 2:30 to 4:30 p.m.
And it's gone. Posting now.
Switch over.
It switched.